Howdy, ghosts and ghouls! Today I have for you this lovely Victorian bat lady tree topper inspired by this image. I swear one day I'll get this image tattooed on me because I love that engraving so much. She's so cute, and one day I'll also make the costume. That's for the future though. For right now, I have this lovely lady that I upcycled from a thrifted tree angel for, I think she was $2.99, and the materials I mostly had on hand, so all in all a very cheap Gothic upcycle. I couldn't be happier with her. So if you want to see how I made this cute Victorian Gothic bat lady tree topper, stay tuned and enjoy. This is the tree topper I ended up getting for about $2.99. She's actually got quite a lot of stuff on her, so the first thing is to start stripping her down. So she's actually a little bit too tall, so I cut off a little bit of the plastic from the bottom of her skirt before I could start onto the foam. Then I started adding foam clay to her torso to fill in her shoulders and bust, as well as a little bustle pad, since the reference image is from the late 1880s, which is still a bustle era. She needed a lot of shapewear. She was really just a head, neck, and arms. I molded the bat head fascinator out of more foam clay, and once I was happy with my results, I left all of the foam additions to dry overnight. Now she's ready for her batty glow up. Using more of this purple crushed velvet, are you sick of it yet? I cut out rectangles to glue on as sleeves. I'm not at all worried about how the back will look, since she's gonna have some huge wings that'll cover like all of the back seams, so I'm just getting it on to her body. Not gonna be too careful here. I even did Babby's first pattern draft for her bodice. I'm not at all confident in drafting my own bodice patterns yet, so making a tiny one out of a stretchy velvet is, it's a first step, right? After adjusting her bodice until I was satisfied, I glued the neck hem down to the inside as well as the arm size before gluing the bodice onto her torso. I'm also stretching the velvet fabric while I'm hot gluing it down so it stays pretty form-fitted to the foam body I made for her.
cut out 2 rectangles about the size of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and roughly gathered them to form a skirt. I very lazily hot glued the side seams of the skirt before gluing everything in place on her waistline. I also cut out 2 oddly shaped wedges to form her overbustle, and hot glued them into behaving before gluing them onto the angel. Should I even be calling her an angel at this point? Should I be calling her a tree demon? Tree devil? Tree witch? I don't know. Comment your ideas what she should be called down below. To make the wings, I traced around my little lady's arms and vaguely followed the shape shown in my reference photo, and then cut that pattern out. For the wing fabric, I used leftover scraps of black velvet from my birthday dress video that I made in 2021. You can check out a link to that video down below. I then sewed along the edges of the wings, leaving the top edge open to turn everything right side out to top stitch that closed later. After flipping in the raw edges along that top edge, I top stitched down, sealing those raw edges inside, and then top stitched along the points from the middle leading to those little webbed points on the wing. I then used more hot glue to attach the wings to the back of the angel and to seal the hems along the back of her arms. I opted for more of ye old foam clay for her over shawl just because I could get it to do what I want, more so than I could with manipulating the fabric. I learned that lesson on the over bustle pretty quickly. After I let the shawl dry overnight, I was able to paint it and the bat head fascinator with some black chalkboard paint from Target. Instead of fussing with trying to sculpt a tiny bat, I took a bat charm and snapped the rings off before gluing the bat onto the shawl. Time for her new look. I gave her a choker similar to the one in the reference image, and I also gave her the Gothic lipstick of choice, black. She really needed a new hair color that matched her new dark look, so I mixed a couple of browns, metallic copper, and some black together to darken her hair up a bit. Once her hair was dry, I was able to put on her shawl and hat. I even added little jewels for the eyes on her little bat head fascinator, because I wanted to. No other real reason.
Shing! Sparkle, sparkle.
Through the entire making process for my bat lady, I kept waffling on whether or not I should add some of this leftover ruffle fabric as an overskirt. And I finally came to my senses and cut a rectangle long enough to gather into a full skirt. Once I finished gathering the skirt, I actually pinned up the wings and the overbustle out of the way so I could glue the skirt down underneath and then put those back into place before adding some more embellishments. For the last little bits of embellishment, I cut some braided trim to basically make little cuffs for her wrists and to accent the bottom edge of her overbustle. I also decided to make a little tiny trick-or-treat pail out of this pony bead and pipe cleaner. So yeah, that's definitely going to be held by her. Let's see how she looks in her rightful perch on top of the tree. I seriously cannot get enough of her. She might be my favorite make of this season, which I think I've said for every single video that I've made. But this time, I seriously mean it. I keep looking at her, and even now as I'm doing this voiceover, I keep looking at her, and she makes me so happy. I'm so glad I decided to try to make her. Well, I hope you've all had a very scary Creepmas, and a happy Boo year. Stay creepy.